Self-analysis is always fraught with risk, and there is the danger of patting oneself on the back unduly. But the attributes I would cite are the same ones that I repeatedly hear from those I interview on my show. First, luck. There is no doubt that successful leaders seem to have luck along the way. It was a chance encounter that led to my interview with Stewart, which in turn led to my White House position. While the administration did not end well, the position probably gave me enough visibility, self-confidence, and ambition to start a private equity firm with no financial experience. And I had the luck to select the two partners whom I did not previously know, Bill Conway and Dan, who had much more financial experience and credibility than I did. That we have stayed together as partners for more than 30 years is unusual in the business world and lucky. Second, desire to succeed. A leader also has to possess a desire to succeed, to achieve something of note, to make a mark in the world, to create a product or service of real interest and value to others. Perhaps I had that desire for the same reason many individuals from modest economic and social roots too do, to have a more interesting and fulfilling life that one experienced as a youth. My parents were not high school or college graduates. We lived in a modest 800 square foot row house in a Jewish blue-collar section of Baltimore. Third, pursuit of something new and unique. A leader is typically a person who desires to build or create something, to go where others have not yet tried to go. The idea that a private equity firm could be built in Washington by individuals who had no Wall Street experience seemed a bit ridiculous to many, but the typical reaction to that idea was actually favorable compared to the reaction to my subsequent idea that we should build a firm that offered all types of private equity investment, not just buy out and do this around the world. They had not been done yet. Fourth, hard work, long hours. There is no shortcut to becoming a leader. Performing a job and being a real leader of note at that job takes many hours of hard work. It is impossible to develop the requisite skills for this 5 days a week, 9 to 5. I always had the view that there were more brilliant and clever individuals than myself, and the only way to compete with them was to work longer and harder than they did. My workaholic tendencies did draw attention during my career, but I suppose they also kept me out of the typical youth or adult temptation not designed to be career-enhancing, a modest plus for workaholics. But in truth, workaholism is a plus. I have learned only if one has some outside, unrelated interest that can provide different, less tension-filled experiences, pleasures, and intellectual joy. Even Einstein felt a need to play the violin daily and to sail regularly in the summer. Fifth, focus. Focus your energies on truly mastering one skill or subject. Broaden your areas of focus only after credibility has been established with peers and others in the one area where you are the master. 6. Failure. Any leader has failed at something or many things. Learn from this experience and be motivated to prove the failure was an aberration. My having been part of a failed White House certainly fueled my ambition to succeed in the next part of my career. Failure teaches humility and exponentially enhances the desire to succeed the next time. 7th, persistence. Almost by definition, a leader is doing something new, different, unique, etc., and will therefore encounter resistance from those who like or respect the status quo. The key is to persist when others say no or fight against the change you want to make. 8th, persuasiveness. It is impossible to lead if no one is following. A leader can persuade others to follow through one of three basic means of communication: writing something that inspires readers, saying something that motivates listeners, or doing something that sets an example for others to follow. 9th, humble demeanor. Some leaders allow their position of authority to develop into an arrogant demeanor. Other leaders recognize that they are not omnipotent or all-knowing, and that luck has helped them, and the result is a more humble demeanor. The latter is more effective in earning respect from followers. 10th, credit sharing. The most effective leaders inevitably realize that they can accomplish a great deal more if they are willing to share the credit with others. 11th, the ability to keep learning. Leaders need to expand their knowledge every day, to exercise their most unique muscle. Their brain, failing to do so, make it difficult to keep up with the rapidly changing world and with the increasingly larger amounts of information that can be helpful in being an informed, knowledgeable leader. 12th, integrity. Leaders vary in their commitment to integrity and ethical behavior, but the most effective leaders are seen as committed to highly ethical behavior, and that commitment enhances their leadership capabilities. 13th, responding to crises. Leaders are most needed when crises occur, as you have been reminded this year during the COVID-19 pandemic and the nationwide protest over the death of George Floyd. Rising to the occasion when an existential crisis occurs can mark a leader forever. Lincoln holding his country together, during the Civil War, was Churchill rallying his country to fight the Nazi attacks. On a much lesser scale, I have tried, by working harder and communicating better, to motivate our employees at a time of enormous, unprecedented financial stress.